On the 14th of May 1940, during the German invasion of the Netherlands in World War II, Rotterdam was almost razed to the ground. The heart of the city was completely gone, and the rest of it torn down because of severe structural damage. After the German capitulation in 1945, the process of rebuilding the city began. Slowly at first, because building materials were in very short supply, while the demand was enormous, as Rotterdam had literally become a city without a heart. The reconstruction period started intensively and never stopped, becoming the main motive of a city that committed itself to never look back at a sad past and always keep looking to a new future. Debates arose over the need to fix some limits for this reconstruction and save part of the modern heritage. But ultimately the city decided to go all the way in order to become a real pioneer among the other European capitals, sometimes too nostalgic and pedantic. Rotterdam became the European capital of architectural experimentation, a platform for the creation of the city of the future. At the end of the first decade of 2000, the world economical crisis affected the Dutch real estate market. The inner city of Rotterdam, populated by many office headquarters, suffered progressive vacancy. Today, 70% of the available floor area in the office buildings, with a surface bigger than 5,000 square meters, is vacant. By drawing a map of the vacant office buildings in the city, we realized that the scale of the problem is so vast that it becomes systemic, a real urban matter. The office building is nowadays for Rotterdam an urban typology capable of organically affecting its quality. By searching a similar case in which the office building played a radical role in the development of the city, we found a precedent in the Italian Renaissance, Florence. Here the palazzo was at first used as private residence, representing a rich social status. Progressively, it became a hybrid combination of residence and business, like banks or commercial activities. The palazzo in Florence became such an iconic element that it's still considered one of the most recognizable building types, thus integrating part of the cultural and historical values of the city. So, what if all the post-war office buildings in Rotterdam could rise in dignity and become a recognizable layer of its urban history? And what if their strategic reuse could transform them into platforms for an architectural reinvention, free from the preservation constraints that heritage buildings have in other cities? Then tourists could have as well a PALAZZI of Rotterdam tour. Does it still make sense then to keep rebuilding now that there is no investment power in real estate? Or does it make more sense to reuse the vacant properties in order to consolidate their urban role? Reuse costs in principle 30% less than new construction. That is indeed a lot. So how could we develop a method capable of helping stakeholders to afford with confidence a renovation project? And what are the factors that can guarantee the success of a reuse project and ensure its valuable investment? In order to understand this, we studied one of the most successful examples of reuse, the vanilla factory. Built in 1925, the vanilla factory was designed by architect Leendert van der Vlucht. Its remarkable design made it Dutch national monument and UNESCO World Heritage Site candidate. Nowadays, after its restoration, the building is still unanimously appreciated, mostly because of its transparent look that suggests communal values and sociality. The vanilla reuse model suggests us a list of 7 ingredients necessary for the success of a reuse project. Transparency and lightness, important for its social attractiveness. Sustainable interventions, for a good investment and a preserved environment. Mixed use program, that guarantees the commercial continuity of the building with an easy replacement of the tenants. Iconic intervention that strengthens the image of the building. preservation of details and materials that appeal to the memory of people, creating a sense of identity. A modern interior design, as contrast with the existing structure. Media consolidation of the building, by giving it a name, a website, and a logo. These factors, combined with the flexibility of the average office building, make it the best candidate for renovation. On this base, we started a design by research process that at the end brought us to sustainable design proposals. Step 1. Database of office vacancies. We managed to collect over 500 office and utility buildings in Rotterdam, some already renovated, many reused for the creative industry, many more with very inaccessible data. Step 2. Analysis and maps. Beside the defined vacancy map, we studied the key projects developed by the Municipality of Rotterdam for the City Planning Guides 2030. We superimposed the two maps, and we identified the areas with different speculative power. The vacant buildings rising on highly speculative areas cannot be subject to reuse, since their owners will wait for the right moment to maximize their investment and substitute them with brand new skyscrapers. By doing so, we managed to exclude from our study the portions of city destined to speculation, concentrating our attention only on the buildings potentially subject to reuse. Step 3. Database of interventions. By analyzing the global examples of reuse, we were impressed to find out that this discipline is not only diffused in our continent, rich of historical buildings. Even countries in deep real estate boom, such as China, are already developing several reuse projects, often very valuable. With this database of examples, we listed all possible architectural interventions already tested in real projects. Those interventions range from minimal maquillage of the facade, improvement of the visibility of the entrance, to total floor plan reorganization or extreme building additions and amputations. Step 4. Evaluation criteria. We based our study on a matrix used in real estate literature to evaluate the possibility of renovating a property. Those criteria are based on location, current state of the building, and market. The ultimate premises of our study are urban. For this reason, we extended the evaluation factors and added the values about the speculative power of the locations. We created an evaluation system that starts with a long list of possible functions applicable on each building. The evaluation proceeds by eliminating the functions that do not fulfill the minimum requirements for quality of the location, urban speculation, architectural and technological state of the building, and the surrounding quality of the urban space. Only after these evaluations, we reached a sustainable design proposal. For each building, we produced an evaluation matrix for location, speculation, and for all the other variables. And all matrices gave us a short list of possible functions suitable for each building. A real ID for renovation. The complete evaluation package gave us the possibility to work together with municipality and stakeholders in order to find tailor-made solutions for the reuse of the selected buildings. Case Study 1. Ion Art Foundation. Situated on the Bleekerstraat, close to the cultural axis of Witte de Witstraat, this energy power plant is still in use, with exception of one office floor. Ion is an energy production company. Its marketing program includes a biannual promotion of fine arts and classical music. The current situation combines the main production building with a small office space. We amputate part of this space and replace it with a new prefabricated volume. Then we shift this volume to west in order to create a terrace to east. We add autonomous stairs and an elevator. and we create an autonomous building on top of the existing one. The Ion Art Foundation internalizes the marketing investments of the company, while adding a new cultural facility in the heart of the city. The management of the foundation can be easily carried on by one of the several private art institutions, while remaining a flag of the Ion cultural involvement in Rotterdam. Case Study 2. Zalmstraat Houtlaan. These two office buildings, ranging from 2 to 4 floors, stand in front of the Erasmus Bridge, one of the most exclusive locations in the city. Both buildings have a linear facade pattern. The lower building has the potential to extend vertically, due to its current poor use of the roof that becomes an unavoidable panorama from the taller building. For this reason, we add a penthouse on its top, with a private garden and a very luxurious view on the bridge. In light of the linear continuity of the two facades, we propose to wrap the two constructions with a unique surface, capable of making a unique building out of the two. On the urban level, the block suffers the poor quality of the public space, currently used as traffic circulation and bus terminal. We suggest to offset the traffic far from the facade and create a green plot only for pedestrians. The taller office building presents a very deep floor plan, difficult to adapt for other uses. Our vision proposes to open a courtyard in the central park of the plan, preserving the existing circulation course. This operation converts the building into a gallery housing type, with added natural light in the internal courtyard. The two buildings, both used as apartment blocks with different housing types, finally become active, thanks to the added commercial use of the ground floor, open on the new square. Case Study 3. Shell Building. This tower counts more than 5,000 square meters of leasable office space. By now, a minimal part of it is rented. As opposite to the previous example, we propose to fragment the tower into 4 autonomous stacked buildings, capable of differentiating program and tenants. A plinth, dedicated to commercial uses, with a supermarket and a department store. A newly defined office block, which now counts less than 5,000 rentable square meters. Above the office we add the only new element, a panoramic sky lobby used as club restaurant. This extruded volume reaches the adjacent building and sits on its roof, making it perfect for open-air activities. And the last top piece of the tower hosts new apartments and penthouses, far enough from the traffic of Hoofdplein Square. The intermediate terraces are redesigned as green spaces, implementing the overall green performance of the complex. The newly defined tower becomes a machine, an icon for the new sustainable developments in the center of the city. These are just few of the possible properties worth for transformation. If more stakeholders would finally embrace the renovation policy, and if the municipality would stimulate them by simplifying the local building permissions, facilitating their investment agenda, the city could finally save its modern history and have a Palazzi of Rotterdam tour.
Doralice, bem que ele disse, amar é tolice, bobagem, ilusão. Eu prefiro viver tão sozinha ao som do lamento do meu violão. Doralice, bem que ele disse, olha essa embrulhada que eu vou me meter. Agora, amor, Doralice, meu bem, como é que nós vamos fazer? Doralice, o bem que ele disse, amar é tolice, é bobagem, ilusão. Eu prefiro viver tão sozinha ao som do lamento do meu violão. Doralice, o bem que ele disse, olha essa embrulhada que eu vou me